Hello, everybody. This is Robert Silvera. I'm a little late getting this done. I've had some technical difficulties, so let's get on. What did I learn from the course? Um, the basic structure of how we approach adult education is new. We have the formal, informal, and informal, each with their own um, attributes, and sometimes they overlap a little bit. And what constitutes particularly informal is very wide and sometimes not the sort of things that you would imagine when you think of adult education. It's a more expansive view, and then we have the sort of hierarchical breakdowns of different types of formal education and how they're conducted. Um, I like organizational charts like that. It enables me to compare and contrast. And so, again, approaching the teaching styles or learning uh, methodologies uh, encompassed in those, and um, the motivations and inputs into the enterprise, and what is expected to come back. These are things that prior to this class I didn't think terribly too terribly deeply. My background, as far as education goes, is from the point of um, teaching English, teaching English to as a second language, and teaching English composition, like college freshman composition, or adult literacy, um, and critical lenses that we would apply for things like um, works of literature or art. So that in a historical frame is kind of the direction I'm coming from. And in that context, coming into the class, seeing um, community built um, forms of adult education that come from downward to up as opposed to upward down, um, like the settlement houses or um, other ad hoc community based um, educational institutions that uh, provide for the needs of specific communities, both geographical and ethnic and cultural. So, as I was saying, the community based education is interesting to me, given current events where you have these special interest groups like commercial, cultural, um, trying to rewrite history, rewrite culture, and um, push away from any obligation that they would have as members of society. They're for civil disengagement. And I think community education is a way to reverse that, to reverse the personal siloing into different um, disparate ephemeral communities, like as in Facebook or Twitter or whatnot, to sort of reground people um, through the provision of civil engagement and looking at life through critical lenses. Now, as far as what did I find difficult about the class and what did I find great about the class? Um, the fact that we had all of this literature archived by Dr. Chang was immensely helpful. Um, the interactivity that we've had in class, I've not really taken advantage of all of it because of my schedule, but it's certainly something I will need to, as we go along, become more adjusted to. Normally, I'm accustomed to working away in my own space. The one thing that I am having a problem with is Canvas, the way that Canvas is set up, and the way that we have sort of off Canvas things being blended into it. Is for me, I find that disorienting because there's like it just feels like there's a pathway to do this, and but not entirely everything we need, and then a pathway to do this, but a different pathway. It's just it's not like we have a central point and then can branch down hierarchically. It's kind of like sort of willy nilly, um, and I'm not used to that. The computer based learning management systems I'm accustomed to is D2L, which is very like much more uh, organized in that sense. Um, in the deployments that I've used at other universities. As far as improving the class, I really can't think of anything. I mean, the Canvas problems are not Canvas's fault. I'm not used to Canvas, and learning that's been a bit of a pain. But that's a me thing, and the way that, like I said, the things that are I find problematic about the class are are my own problems rather than something that I think demands correction. And to that end, I have nothing really useful to add. But thank you for listening. I hope that you managed to get to my presentation because I'm so flippin' late, but enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun putting it together, even though there were times I was intensely frustrated. Thank you.